Hillary Clinton. Meantime, with this speech out in San Diego, it looks like looking to stoke the fears in foreign leaders about Donald Trump. You know, Carl used the word reckless. I said maybe it's dangerous. Whatever it is, the point will be the same. James Woolsey's with us, former director of the CIA. Thank you, sir.
Good to be with you
for coming in. This the idea that hey, don't trust this guy. He's dangerous. Does that work, do you think, in going after Trump?
I think the jury's still out. He does seem to make decisions fast, and that can be a bad thing in the middle of a crisis. On the other hand, I don't think he's shown any irresponsibility with respect to nuclear weapons. Yeah, he has said that he might not object if Japan and South Korea went nuclear. But these are seasoned democracies. We didn't object when France went nuclear years ago. That's hardly the biggest problem sitting before us. It's the going nuclear that has already happened by North Korea and the possibility under this, I think, terrible agreement that got signed with Iran, of Iran going nuclear before too long. Now, North Korea and Iran, they're two countries you really don't want to go nuclear.
Of course. Now, Trump has made those comments about, say, sitting down or talking with, maybe not sitting down, talking with the North Korean dictator, Kim Jong-un. Maybe that's a place where she can go after him specifically. I know that President Obama said similar things in the past. So it's an interesting, if she will be able to score points there, say, hey, you're going to trust this guy? He's dangerous. Well, he wants to talk to these dictators.
She might try that, but one of our most successful presidents, Dwight Eisenhower, built his 52 campaign around the phrase, I will go to Korea. And he did, right after he was elected. And he first reinforced our forces there. And then he worked out a truce over some years, several years. It's not a crime to talk to somebody that you are really hostile to and can't give in to.
Probably a strength for Trump in some ways to be the talker, because that's his thing, right? He's a negotiator. So he can come back and say, hey, I'm willing, this is what I've done my whole life in business, and I can take that and translate it to political negotiation.
If he could figure out some way to fold consultations with China into this, because the Chinese are the great lever over North Korea. If the Chinese don't want them to do something, they won't do it.
Well, his rhetoric has been much more aggressive, right, against China.
He really needs to shape that whole situation with respect to Asia in such a way that he gets China on his side to constrain North Korea and not believe anything the North Koreans say. They lie to us every time they talk to us.
Right. Now, to go back to this Hillary Clinton speech, which we'll get an hour and 20 minutes or about that. It starts out in San Diego. Do you think there are areas where she can score and be effective? Should she be going in a different direction than we expect her to, as opposed to painting Donald Trump as this crazy person who's dangerous and shouldn't have his finger anywhere next to the nuclear button? Is there some other area that she should be going after Donald Trump when it comes to foreign policy, whether it's experience or something else?
Well, I think for both of them, assuming these are going to be the two candidates and there won't be some last-minute switch on the Democratic side, I think for both of them, calmness and facts would be much appreciated by a lot of us sitting out here.
Is it calmness?
Calmness.
Campaign. Good luck with that one.
I realize it's kind of a crazy idea, but it strikes me that people may be ready for measured, here's what she did wrong, here's what he did wrong, without raised voices and without calling names and so forth. I know we're not going to
hold our breath.
It's strange. It's a strange thought.
I can't even imagine it, right? In one of the presidential debates, especially with Mr. Trump involved. Thank you for coming in, James Woolsey.